Welcome to the Mylio Coffee Break. My name is Angela, and today we're going to be looking at the Mylio preview. So for the next couple of months, these sessions on Friday are going to be all about the next version of Mylio Photos. We've been working really hard on rebuilding the software from the ground up for about the last 2 years, and we've taken all of the feedback that you guys have given us during these live events, from support tickets and other feedback, and we have put those all together to make a really amazing improvement to the Mylio application. Now, it's still not quite ready for prime time. What you're going to see me using today is the preview version, which is very similar to what we're going to be rolling out and making available to you to play with within the next couple of weeks. The preview is not for your main library. What this is going to do is give you access to the sample library. It's going to have some new images in there. You're also going to be able to bring in some of your own stuff so you can play with it. But I just want to emphasize this is not where you're going to do your primary organization. It is not ready for your full library just yet. The whole goal of this is, well, there's a couple of different reasons. The first is we want to get your feedback. We want to know what's working for you, what's not, and what we're still missing. So if there's something in your workflow or something that doesn't make sense, please tell us about it if you're open to downloading and playing with that preview. The second is we're showing you this so early and getting that feedback because we want you to get familiar with the changes. It should look a lot like the Mylio that you're used to, but there's a lot of stuff that's changed. So that's why we're going to be doing these sessions over the next couple of months and making sure you guys are comfortable with what you're getting once we do roll out the full version. So before we dive into looking at the Mylio preview today, I do want to let you know that we're doing these sessions, these coffee breaks, looking at what's next for Mylio every Friday. They'll be at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Our next one next week will be the 17th. We also have live Q&A sessions on Tuesday and Thursday. Now, these are, in most cases, for the Mylio that you're using today. If you have questions or things that you're trying to figure out, please join those sessions. You can ask me about the new stuff too. I'm always happy to show it. But those are focused on the Mylio that you use today. And then on Wednesdays, we have sessions for new users. These are with Lori. She is our head of onboarding. So if you're brand new to Mylio and you're just going, wait, what do I do now? You guys have a new version. What's going on? Join Lori. She'll get you oriented in where Mylio is today and help you get started. So whenever the next version comes out, you are ready to go. So lots of great education opportunities for you. You can join and find all of these at community.mylio.com/events. And also, we've been posting some new content about the next version of Mylio. So make sure you go over to there to the community and check those out as well. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the Mylio preview and take a look. Today, I want to show you collections. This is a new view in Mylio. Excuse me. This is a new view in Mylio that hopefully saves you from some of that endless scrolling. So in most cases in the Mylio we know today, you pop into the All Photos view and it's everything in your library. And you can scroll, you can search, you can do all of that. That's all still here. But this new view called Collections is right here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And it breaks down all of the different groupings that you have in Mylio. So every single container that images could be in, we are calling collections. So an album is a type of collection. A folder is a type of collection. You have events, you have places. There's all of these different types of collections, and this gives you one place to see all of that. If you scroll down to the bottom, you even have quick jumps to different types of media. So maybe you're just wanting to see all of your videos. Go ahead and click on videos, and it automatically shows that to you. Go ahead and click the back arrow, and you're back to collections. So it's just a great jumping off point for the things that you use most in your library. Now, one of the things that I really love about Collections View is how customizable it is. And that's where this really gets its power. As it is, straight out of the gate, it's useful, but it becomes infinitely more so if you take a little bit of time to customize it. So one of my favorite things here at the top is you can pin your favorites. If you have containers, collections that you get into frequently, you can pin them right here at the top so you can jump to them. And that's going to make it super easy down the road when you want to pick up your phone and you want to find all the pictures of your grandkids with just one or two taps. That will be pinned here at the top and you can get right to that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. Maybe you're a wildlife photographer and you want to make sure your Eagles album is right here at the top all the time. You don't want to have to scroll for it. Just right click on that collection and say pin. Or click it, hit the P key on the keyboard, and that pins it up at the top. And I believe it's 12 or 13 things that you can see here on the top. If there's more, you can always scroll left to right. And if you end up with more than that, you would just click on the view all. So once there's a whole bunch here, you'd have a view all. And that jumps you to all of those various collections of that category. So it's really, really nice. Now, maybe you're somebody who you like to work with albums, but you don't really want to mess with folders. Folders are a little bit too technical. You don't like to mess with the file system. You just want to view things in those virtual groupings. And maybe you don't want to see events. You don't use events. That's totally fine. All of this, again, is customizable. So all of these sections, if I go up here to customize, you can choose what you want to see. So I can say, maybe I don't want to use events. And so I uncheck that. And maybe I don't want to use folders. But you know what one of my favorite things is this recent days. I'm going to move that all the way up to the top. And I can even put it above pinned if I want, but maybe I want that just below pinned. And that changes the sort order of this collections view. So you can choose what's most important to you and where those things go. So if you ever want to get back to what it started with, go ahead and hit reset and it puts it back to the default view. So that is completely up to you and you can change what you're looking at and what is most important. Now, within each one of these different categories, you also have different sort orders. So the sort by here, you can go to that category. There's a little three-dot menu. Click on that and you can choose how these things are sorted. Because if you're like me, you might have 20, 30, 50, 100 different albums that you've created over the years. You can choose how those are sorted here. So I can say by name, I can say by date, maybe the things that are the most recent albums I created. So there's the two that I've done most recently, and those are going to pop to the top. You can do them alphabetical, you can do them all sorts of different ways. And there's even an AI auto ranking here. That's something we'll go into later. Some of that stuff, the AI stuff, is not wired up yet. I will show that to you eventually. But if we go down here to folders, again, each one of these has its own sort and it remembers that. So the next time you come back to collections, those different sorting orders will be there. Again, with events, you can sort those. So let's jump over here to the people view really quick. And you'll notice this new little heart symbol here. This is something that you don't have in today's Mylio. You can go ahead and mark people as favorites, which I love. And then if you want to see those people, you can open up the navigation and I can go and collapse that. And then there's my favorites with the 3 people that I've set. So those are going to be at the top of your list when you're in collections view. So there's a lot of different ways to make sure that you're able to find the things and the people that are the most important to you inside collections view. Now let me go ahead and jump back over here to collections and I want to show you a few more things. One of the things that I want to show you here is this left navigation. You might notice it's a lot less crowded than it was or is in the Mylio you're using today. Now, if you click on this icon here, it brings up all of those different views that you're familiar with. If you want to have all of those icons always visible, all you have to do is go down here to the bottom right corner, and I've got a zoom icon that's right in the way. So let me go ahead and move that over a little bit. Grab that 3-dot menu in the corner and say always show views in navigation. And what that does is it expands that back out and you can see all of those different views separately. So you can jump to calendar, map, people, and so forth really, really easily without having to do an extra click here on collections. Personally, I think the collections grouping them up like that is really convenient. So I'm going to go ahead and again, you can just right click on this right side or this left sidebar and go ahead and turn that off and it shrinks it back down. Another thing that a lot of you have asked for is, sometimes having to mouse over something to see tiny text with this little tooltip isn't ideal. You want to see text that makes this really easy to navigate. Go ahead and click to toggle the sidebar here, and you then have the full list of everything plus text. You can even move these around and say you want to have different tools and different sections in different areas. So again, you choose what's important to you. And then you can also click on this three dot menu. Maybe you don't want to use the family tree. Maybe you're a business and you don't want to use people view. You can go ahead and hide those, and then those are hidden in your navigation. So it's completely up to you what you might want to see and how you want to interact. So I love having all these different things. I am very partial to this nice compact view. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and I'm going to turn that off. And then everything is just tidy. It to me makes it simpler. I am very fond of seeing fewer icons that I have to worry about and knowing that I can get to everything that I need whenever I want. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those back on, get everything there. And I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to share with Collections View. This is, like I said, it's a really great place to be able to find all of the things that you need, your most important things, making them just a few clicks away and easy to access. And that's really probably the biggest thing we want to do with this next version of Mylio is make your lives easier. Really appreciate all of them. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about this next version. Like I said, I can't wait to get this out to you to have you play with it. The preview I expect will probably be later this month, preview one, and then we'll have another preview version in August. We've got a long runway, so we appreciate your patience. And for all of you taking the time to come to these sessions, to learn, to give feedback, I really appreciate you. And I will be sharing all of this with our product team. All of this goes to make Mylio better. So thank you so much. Also appreciate Lori and JC being here today and helping out with the questions, especially with such a big group. It means a lot. We'll have another coffee break all about the next version next Friday, July 17th, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. I'll also be doing live Q&A on Tuesday and Thursday. These are sessions mostly for the Mylio you're using today, but if you have questions about the new version, we can also dive into that as well. Those are just Ask Me Anything, photography, Mylio, organization, all of that. Those are fun sessions. So Tuesday and Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. And then on Wednesdays are Just Ask sessions with Lori. She is our head of onboarding. So for those of you who are new and just getting started, or maybe you've been away for a while and you need a refresher, check out Lori's sessions on Wednesday. So all of that at community.mylio.com/events, or scan that QR code up there on the screen. That'll take you right there. I hope to see you guys at more stuff next week. And I'm looking forward to showing you more goodies in the next version of Mylio. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.